Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those charts. And also, I noticed the other day that I just passed 4,000 subscribers. So thanks for that, guys. I appreciate you guys all subscribing and tuning in and watching every day. But yeah, so yeah, but over to the charts. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4 hour. I mean, there really isn't much to say. You can see we are still just hanging around this $36,000 level. We obviously broke out the bottom of where we'd drawn this trend line, but hadn't really got any real acceleration to the downside. Obviously losing that horizontal on the trend line did take us down to our next level, but we obviously bounced back up from there. So it seems to be our textbook traditional basically weekend price action. Obviously today being a holiday also, so 3-day weekend. So yeah, just more of the same until I guess traditional markets open up on Monday, and then we decide are we going to take out basically this 33,000 and start to look extremely dicey, or do we try and make a move back above 39,000 and then attempt to get over the elusive, the all-important $42,000 level, at which point the market will start to look a lot healthier than it looks now. Not necessarily going to look bullish like onwards to 100k onwards and upwards, etc., but it's gonna look a lot healthier if price action can get back above 42, maintain there, and then potentially trade within this range here. That is the Goldilocks scenario. Obviously, we could just be looking at a long form consolidation actually in this range, like basically scaring everyone, bouncing between 30,000 and then even potentially only 38,000. We could do that for a week or so. And yeah, that's not realistic we want to see, but obviously we had our distribution, our Wyckoff distribution, and we could then potentially get an accumulation where we just trade sideways in a similar fashion to what we did here, down in this range here. But we don't want that. We realistically, for the bull case, want to get back above 42, and then by all means have a long form sideways consolidation, but let's have it between say 42 and 52,000 before eventually taking out 52, 58, and then 100k. Not much else for me to talk about really. This sideways is obviously putting a little bit more confidence back into these altcoins. So you can see Ethereum literally tapped our level pretty much perfectly again, and bounced off that, and is looking to obviously change. It has basically broken this downward trend line here. So yeah, see if we can now get back above this. If we get back above here, then this pairing would be looking pretty good for the move up to this next level, and then see how we interact with that level. But yeah, I mean, you can see obviously we have got a series of lower highs and somewhat of a trend line that we could draw in. So yeah, if we take that out, I mean, and especially the horizontal, really, that's going to be the main trigger, I think, as opposed to any sort of trend line. But yeah, I mean, obviously that horizontal does correspond with this, with the last lower high. So taking that out could then obviously see some nice acceleration, and then yeah, I mean, are we looking for that one big last move up in Bitcoin as a bull trap? Are we just looking for one big last move up in Bitcoin to 100k, which obviously not a bull trap, that's just a bull move, or do we not have the ability to muster any sort of that move up at all, and we are not even going to take out 58,500. It is all to play for at the moment, but I think the most likely scenarios that cover most options are that we are going to either have a bull trap obviously in the levels that we've talked about, anywhere basically below 58,500, or we are going to have a move up, take out 58,500, potentially get into the 100 to 120k level, before obviously putting an end to this this current bull market cycle for crypto. I could even be wrong about that, because what happens with crypto is it often surprises you. So maybe we do get the bull move up, maybe we do get to the 120,000, and then maybe we move on to 250,000. I don't want to necessarily talk about such ridiculous things, but I can tell you that when we were bouncing around these levels down here, sub 10k and not looking anything spectacular, if I told you in a few months time we were going to be over 60k, you might have thought that's a bit ridiculous. But that's a bit punchy. And similarly, when we were here trading around 60k and I said, guys, we're gonna trade below 30k, you'd have been like, what? Yeah, anyway, basically expect the unexpected in crypto. So but either way, most of the scenarios will involve some half decent upside from here. So ideally, that is what we're looking for. Not anything really to look at in other markets because they are not open. Bitcoin dominance, we'll have a look at that though. Bitcoin dominance, could this be rolling back over to take out this horizontal we sort of got here, and then obviously this one, and then onwards, downwards. This is obviously a longer term one from a while back. Obviously this one here would be a shorter term one for more recent price action, but either way, this kind of level, take out, you could even have it as a zone, take out this zone, and then we are looking to dig our way down into the 35%, which could get pretty exciting for whichever one of the alts are most taking advantage of that situation, which maybe it will be the Polkadot coins. Maybe we do know they are a pretty hyped, pretty well followed part of this crypto sphere. So with those power chains auctions and things going live and all that cool stuff, maybe that could give us the boost. Maybe that could give us the boost for crypto as a whole that gets us on that next leg up. We shall have to see. We shall check out the stochastics. I suspect they are not looking so good. But yeah, 4 hour has had a decent move up, and now starting to look like it's gonna potentially top out unless we do start making this move towards 38,000. 10 hour, we still had daily wait for the 10 hour. Who knows why? 10 hour has turned back up now. This is not looking so bad. This gets moving. This could certainly get us up pretty much probably to even that 42,000. Could get through that 38k level, and then onwards to 42. See what 12 hour? Yeah, 12 hour. If that does turn back up from this level as well, so we will basically be in the bullish half. Then yeah, that could start to look good. Obviously could be the important word in that sentence. Daily also creeping its way up, not looking so bad. Obviously if we get up to 38k and onwards and upwards, that could look good to bust us through 42. 2-day has turned back down, floundering at those lows. 3-day is still there. All these higher time frames are obviously pointing downwards because we've had a 50% plus move down. But these shorter time frames, the 10, 12 hour and daily could, if we do basically get basically above this $38,000 level, or call it 39,000, could really give us a good shot at getting above 42 here. So we'll have to see how it goes. Obviously markets could open, traditional markets could open tomorrow, and then we could just end up getting slammed down. We could have a risk off day, a few days. So we're just gonna have to see, because that will probably have a bearing on a jittery crypto market. So yeah, all in all, again, sideways, realistically wait and see what happens tomorrow. Yeah, longer term, we are looking probably for a move up. I doubt we have put in the highs. I do think we'll get a move up that will either turn into a bull trap, or a 120k, or literally like a $250,000 Bitcoin if things start to get a bit wild. And then the downside is clearly we don't basically even get above 42. At which point then we will be looking for basically low 20ks, depending on how long it took us down to get there. Would then obviously depend on whether we would have to come lower, because if we do come down pretty quick, it will be there will be blood on the streets, to use that phrase. But yeah, thank you for listening, guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.